You guys, we have got to talk about Brooke Scoffield because people are coming for her and she is clapping back. This all surrounds her engagement and things people have been saying about her and Tana and them not being friends. We're going to get into everything that is being said right now because it is a lot. Before we spill the tea, let's talk about what to do when life spills you. If you've been seriously injured and don't know where to start, Morgan & Morgan might have your back. America's largest personal injury law firm. And they make it so easy to turn a messy situation into a better one. And if you become their client, they make hiring a lawyer super simple. I for sure used to think that hiring an attorney was this long and complicated, expensive process, but not with Morgan & Morgan. More than 3 million people have trusted Morgan & Morgan when they were injured in an accident. And when you're injured in an accident, hiring an attorney is one of the first things you should do. Morgan & Morgan has achieved significant verdicts in the past couple of months for victims involved in life-altering car crashes, and the fee is absolutely free unless you win your case. And with Morgan & Morgan, submitting a claim is so easy. Everything can be done right on your phone. You can submit your case details, sign contracts, upload documents and medical records all from your cell phone. And you can even text your attorney and legal team throughout the duration of your case. So if you ever get seriously injured, your case could be worth millions and you're only a few clicks away from potentially changing your life. It's literally so easy. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan by going to www.forthepeople.com/spillsesh. The link will also be in the description, or you can scan the QR code on the screen using your phone. And I want to say thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into the news. So last year when people found out who Brooke Scoffield was dating, the internet absolutely lost it. At first, Brooke had just started soft launching her new boyfriend Miles Canton, also known as Miles McFly, and things seemed pretty normal. But it didn't take long for internet detectives to uncover some seriously questionable details about his past. Turns out Miles is the son of Back to the Future producer Neil Canton and has been spotted hanging around celebrities like Sophia Richie and Kendall Jenner. But what had people talking wasn't the Hollywood connections, it was the allegations that Miles, then in his late 20s, had been involved with much younger girls. One in particular, named Isabella, a young model who was reportedly still in high school at the time. Old photos, Ask FM posts, and Instagram comments started circulating showing Miles and Isabella looking very much like a couple. Bed selfies, flirty emojis, fan pages. Yeah, it wasn't a good look. A TikTok posted by a creator named Becca exposed it all and went totally viral. Brooke tried to shut it down in a TikTok of her own, denying everything and claimed that the Ask FM account was fake. And people were essentially fans of this friend group and cosplayed as them online and made these posts that made it seem like Miles and Isabella dated when they really didn't. They were just friends. But ultimately, people were like, whether or not Miles and Isabella were officially dating, the photos, comments, and timing were enough to make people just uncomfortable given the age gap between them. But Brooke was standing by her man, and as time went on, the story did kind of die down because obviously they weren't breaking up over it. But since announcing her engagement to him this past week, people were bringing this whole thing up once again, and Brooke was once again hopping online to defend her man. A TikTok user, Ashlyn, posted calling the engagement out and Brooke, and it turned into a whole drama.
Brooke Scoffield getting married after only knowing this predator of a man for 4 months makes perfect sense. Like, it actually makes perfect sense when you're thinking about the fact that she has BPD. And the way that she talked about her ex in the past, she's like, no, I was so brainwashed. Like, I'll never do that again. Never be unmedicated, you guys. People do heal. It's just the perfect example of you can never get rid of the disease that is PPD, because people are telling her like, no babe, you need to like get the freak out of there. He's love bombing you. He's a terrible person. He's a pet. You know, he's all of these things, and she's just ignoring it and being like, no, guys, it's totally fine. It just totally reminds me of all of the relationships I've ever been in where I defended that man with my entire life, and he literally like could have like killed my whole family or something, and I still would have defended him. Like, it's just so crazy how our brains work, how the chemicals in our brains work. But yeah, Brooke, girl, get a You're already racist. Like, just don't do this.
Brooke ended up commenting under this TikTok. She later deleted it, but this is what she said. I have gone through actual unimaginable things in relationships, and I have shared all of that to help other people, not to have it thrown back in my face. I just got engaged to a man I have been living with for a year. A man who has never so much as raised his voice at me, who makes my life better and easier in every way he knows how. I have never laughed harder or felt more supported and loved. I have never met you. I never will. You do not know more about my relationship than me. You don't even know where your eyebrows are. Ashlyn then of course responded in a video.
I fear that if you come after my looks, I made a valid point. I think you need to worry about your racist past and your predator of a man. And mama, you're right. I don't know you. So please spare yourself the spotlight instead of handing out front row tickets to your spiral downfall. Girl, we are begging you to log off, mama. Do not let the curtains close like this.
Then it seems Brooke commented and also deleted this that said, you actually can't talk about me with bangs like that now that I think about it, which Ashlyn also responded to.
Yikes! Wow, girl, where is your manager? Holy shit, this is not a good look. Racist and a mean girl and dating a predator, you better stop while you're ahead.
Brooke then hopped online to address the fact that she said this in a now deleted TikTok.
So yesterday I made a negative comment about somebody's appearance on their video, okay? And I want to talk about it. Every single day I see tens of thousands of horrible, nasty, disgusting comments about myself. And everybody around me will tell me, you know, don't stoop to their level. You are above that. You are too classy for that. And no, I'm not. I've always found it interesting because someone will post the most horrible, rancid video about me ever, and then when I comment on it, immediately the responses are like, girl, you are so embarrassing, fighting for your life in the comments. Like, yeah, I am.
She also, in the same video, wanted to address the video that she was responding to, aside from the part where she called out the girl's bangs and eyebrows.
I'll give you the spark notes of the video that I commented on, okay? Basically, she said that I have been in horrible relationship after horrible relationship because I have borderline personality disorder, and therefore I am incapable of having a healthy and happy relationship. And it's so embarrassing that I got engaged yesterday, and she can't wait to see it crash and burn. Let me be clear. I have shared details online that I did not owe anybody, okay, about my horrible, terrible relationships that I've experienced in the past, not to have them thrown back in my face. And just the same, I talk about borderline personality disorder to help other people, not to have it weaponized against me. I'm 28 years old. I got engaged to my fiance, who is 37 years old. I do not care if you think it's too soon for us to get married. Believe it or not, someone with a personality disorder is actually capable of making human, normal decisions. I commented and I said, I don't think you should be able to make videos about me when your bangs look like that. She had micro bangs, which are a slay. However, hers were at an angle. Okay, forgive me. They were at an angle. I don't care what you say. I would venture to say that commenting on somebody's bangs versus trying to ruin literally the most special, exciting time of their lives, incomparable. There is not a single time that I open this app and I don't see a comment or a video about my physical appearance. I'm uncanny valley. My filler looks awful. My eyelids look awful. I lost too much weight, whatever it may be. Thousands of the comments on my engagement yesterday were about how they cannot believe I am marrying a bald man. Oh no. When I say something back to those very people, I am a mean girl, I am disgusting, I have the nastiest energy of all time. You know what? Your bangs are crooked.
Brooke ended up posting a photo of herself as a child with micro bangs and turned the comments off on the post, but she said, bangs are beautiful, heart. Ashlyn then posted another response to Brooke about this whole thing, discussing the reason why she made the video to begin with.
Sorry. Ow. But for real. First, I just want to say my intention with posting this video is what is popular right now that I can catch people's attention with so I can make money for my bills next month. Oh. And I'm sorry that's not the answer you want to hear, but mama, that's the truth. TikTok pays way better than my job and I really need groceries. I'm saying this because it's not like I am going through her whole page and her whole life trying to find dirt on her and I'm reading into her whole life and everything. I was a fan. I watched the podcast. I watched your series on that man. Like, I know about you because you put stuff out online. And when you put stuff out online, people are going to form opinions about you. And you just have to accept that. Coming from one BPD person to another who gets a lot of hate and a lot of digs on my personality, you just have to turn the phone off. It's so hard. It's so hard. I know it's so hard. Trust me, girl, I've spiraled just like you have before. But you just gotta put the phone down. Trust in me, please. I don't hate you, and I wasn't trying to come at you like what you said in the video. The video posted about me for like 10 minutes. You said that I was preying on your downfall or something like that. Sorry that I was excited for your crash and burn. My intention with that video was, oh, I have BPT and I see the path that she's going down because I have done that in the past where I was so critical and aware of my mistakes that I made in previous relationships, but then I just completely threw all of that down the drain for a new man who was love bombing me. Was it not a nice way to say it? No, I'm not exactly nice to people who are predator defenders and have a terrible racist past and didn't apologize properly for it. Sorry, but I genuinely was not coming at you through a place of, I hate this girl so much and I'm gonna just ruin her special day. It was coming from a place of, I need money. This is pretty easy thing to talk about, something everyone will agree with, and I think she needs to hear it.
Then things kind of took a weird turn where it seems they were being playful with each other after Ashlyn joked about going from enemies to lovers with Brooke.
Brooke, I know you don't like my baby bangs or my eyebrows, but I think you're hot still. Do you want to just do enemies to lovers and make out to resolve this? Let me know in the comments.
Brooke ended up commenting on the post and said, okay, fine, they eat, I can't even pretend. And then said, stop tagging me, I already said I accept. And Ashlyn said, see, I knew we'd come to an agreement. So it seems like after throwing shade at Brooke and Brooke coming at her, they were able to kind of joke with each other at the end. I don't know, it was like a whole weird situation. But as for Brooke and Tana, there's still this looming conversation going around that they don't like each other and don't get along. And after the podcast contract for canceled, they won't be friends anymore. And they sat down with Amari for a new canceled podcast episode where he was talking about the fact that it's even on his For You page that people are saying the two of them don't like each other and they're not friends. And he was basically saying it's all assumptions.
People like taking sides and everything. And I'm just like, the way people are like almost making it seem like you guys literally hate each other makes me like absolutely laugh, because I'm just like, you guys, this is where the parasocial jumps out with people. It's like, you guys, if you guys hated each other's guts, you guys wouldn't be sitting on these couches right now, you know?
100%.
And like, you guys wouldn't be touring together and stuff. And it's just like, they act like that like ended your guys' friendship or something like that. And there's like sides.
Some people in response to what Amari said were like, okay, but they're in a contract, so that keeps them coming back every week until that's done. But they're saying they're not beefing like that, despite what people say about what they're seeing and hearing from them. They're claiming that they're just like sisters and that they bicker, but they don't hate each other. And that's not the reason why the podcast is coming to an end. But that is what is going on with Brooke and some of what was said about her beef with Tana recently. I certainly want to know what you guys think about this whole situation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.